I think it was a little bit traumatic for Sanaya, you know, for just to be left. I mean, she was with family still, but we're all looking forward to travel together, to and from.
A family from Jamaica is calling out Air Canada after they say they were wrongfully made to separate at Toronto Pearson International Airport in preparation of returning home. Dex Clarke and his sister Simone Pratt knew what it meant to include Sanaya, Clarke's 8-year-old niece, in his plans to visit family in Toronto with his young son and daughter.
My daughter could go now and spend a week, and everybody would come back together. It was a girl's dream to travel together.
When Clarke arrived at Pearson, he says he handed the immigration officer the consent letter from his sister, who is Sanaya's legal guardian, giving him permission to travel to Canada with his niece.
So they took her. I just stepped back, and the officer just asked her a few questions. Asked her where was she going, who was I to her, and she let us through.
Upon returning home, Clarke was asked for the letter by an Air Canada agent at Pearson Airport.
Before even looking at it, read it or anything, he said, no, this has to be certified. I said, why? Because, this is what we use to enter the country. So why can't we leave now? He said, no, this is the policy, and it had to be certified.
But according to immigration lawyer Colleen Coleman-Wright, the consent letter is a Canadian requirement, not a Jamaican one.
To my knowledge, there is no law, there is no regulation, there is no stated policy that would prevent a minor from returning home without a letter of authorization or without the letter being notarized. In fact, the Constitution of Jamaica guarantees that all Jamaica nationals with a passport holder, has automatic right of re-entry.
CityNews reached out to the Consulate General of Jamaica, as well as Jamaica's Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, to confirm, but did not hear back. When entering Canada, the Canadian government's website states there is no Canadian requirement to have the consent letter witnessed by a notary public or certified, just strongly recommended. While Air Canada declined to comment on this specific case, they noted that the obligation is on the customer to ensure that they have the correct documents, as each situation is unique, citing the Travel for Documents for Children tab on their website. But what confused Clarke is that the Air Canada agent did not request a signed certified letter from the other parent of his 2 children, as he was the only parent traveling with the minors.
Nothing came up. There was no question there. There was no question at all, no inquiry.
Clarke called his sister in Toronto to return to the airport to come pick up Sanaya, describing what he felt as a stressful situation that was made more difficult with the airline staff allegedly rushing him to make a flight that his 8-year-old niece couldn't board.
The option was, it wasn't really an option. It was just, are you going to leave now? You need to go now. You need to decide now because the plane is ready to be boarded.
Luckily, Sanaya was able to stay with family in the country and returned to Jamaica a week later as an unaccompanied minor, costing Pratt $175 in additional costs. While lawyer Colleen Wright says that there is no stated requirement to have the letter certified, she does advise travelers to take that extra step in hopes of preventing these types of scenarios. Erick Espinosa, City News.